Hi, I'm Andrew Coates, author of Angel's Call to War. It may be that you have received the prologue of the audio through a friend or through a supporter of our new creative work. Angel's Call to War is my third book and my first fantasy work. It is a 340-page book of approximately 120,000 words. The audiobook has over 13 hours of storytelling. The fantasy drama is set in a world just like ours. In this mirror world, a dark shadow was cast as people slept. A veil so insidious that it corrupted the minds of the very smart, the educated, and those in positions of authority. It also polluted the hearts of those committed to the spiritual welfare of our people. Many fell foul to the darkness. It was a terrifying force, and it was an attempt by the great deceiver himself. A few brave souls refused to give in or to give up. A new breed of hero was born. They rise and stand against the darkness. Some see the threat early and say no. Others recognize the threat later and change their course of action. Good people defend freedom. The story is full of adventure, treachery, sorcery, and magic. The story is involving, and you'd be forgiven for confusing the fantasy world for this one. As you immerse yourself into the story, you may face demons and call upon the power of angels in defense and in attack. You may feel aligned with our heroes as they fight for a brighter future. That future is called the New Renaissance. I was driven to write this story to defend our world. I have employed the power of imagination and truly tested the adage, the pen is mightier than. A 10-minute recording follows. It is the prologue from the book. The prologue is called The Beginning is the End. It was inspired by Genesis. There are heavenly patterns throughout the work. Angel's Call to War is available in both ebook and audiobook. It's at the web address angelscalltowar.com. Thank you to those who have already supported our project. And to those who will support us in the future, welcome to our new production. It is a very important work. The fate of our world was changed by the person who said no. The average human who recognized the importance of our godly right to freedom and whose unrelenting spirit beat down the devil and his cabal henchmen. Angels Call to War. Dreamscape Chronicles of the New Renaissance, Book 1. Narrated by Andrew Coates. The beginning is the end. The Lion's Gate. I am standing on the edge of the Tibetan plateau and looking out and over the world. It is blurred, far away and out of mind. I am as a child, standing precariously upon a table. The sky is the ceiling, high and out of reach, and the land is the floor, a hard fall away. Grey, blue and silver snow-capped mountains fracture in all directions. I see no animal life, not a bird, yak or goat. The savage landscape is the threshold to a doorway between worlds. Heaven lies above and the earth below. The panorama inspires awe. It is intense, and it seems without end. I wish I had the eyes of an eagle, set wide apart, so I could see more. I try and capture it. If I narrow my eyes, I might perceive more. I squint, not expecting an improvement, but I try just the same. My eyes are as slits, and the scene is altered. The light is gentle and muted, like a camera lens filter softens an image. But the energy behind the diffused light, I can't ignore it. It is raw, primal. What is the source of this power, I wonder? Is it creation before nature gives it form? The wind races across the rocky edge, drawn to the clouds above. I am lifted by it, and I feel unsteady on my feet. Immediately I am made aware of the precarious nature of my position. It is thrilling here at the outer edge of the black and grey rock escarpment, the step between worlds. Below, Earth and home are out of sight, far away and almost forgot. Can I remember a warm hearth and comfortable chair in my home? I open my eyes and fight the urge to step back. I look out and over. Beneath me the sheer cliff plunges vertically and disappears into a blank of white cumulus clouds. My head spins and a greater urge to self-protect wills me retreat, but the thrill, it is so good. I remain. The raw potential of this remote land strikes me, and a clearer concept comes to mind. Genesis of life, perhaps. Nature is idealized and under construction. I connect with her and I sense more. It comes easy and in a torrent, an unspoken language, the pulse of life. I am lifted. If only I had wings, I would fly. Reluctantly, I let go and return to the world. I raise my metal-clad arms and stretch. The air is thin and pure. It is a delight to work my lungs and breathe. A pleasant exchange of clean air for spent, new life for old. My blood absorbs the exchange. I feel the life force, oh yes. This location could be the doorway to the fabled lands above and beyond Tibet. Fellow adventurers stand with me. We are daring, and we line the escarpment. I wonder if they sense the doorway between realms. I am confident that we share in the muted beauty. It is a saturated moment in awe. We stand in an elevated place between life and death, where time is indifferent. Together and individually, we have worked our magic upon the world. I may never know each member of our army, but our mutual effort was incredible. We worked upon a common goal. I am familiar with the exploits of a few. I know some of what each has contributed to the dream at this time, and of their sacrifice and their personal journey, well, only they know that reality. As unlikely as they may have been, they proved themselves warriors these few years past. We committed ourselves to the greatest of tasks. We let go differences, and we focused upon a lofty goal, the goal of the victory won, the new renaissance. I look to their faces, worn and tired from the trial. They are battle-hardened and worthy. I would battle with them, and I would battle for them. They carried the weight of the world upon their shoulders, and they did not shirk from the load of it. I look about me, and they make me proud. I feel our mutual joy in victory, and I am grateful. My garments of leather, mesh, and metal armor shift as I breathe out, and my shoulders relax. It feels a long time since I felt this pleasure. Surprising, too, how noisy armor is away from the battlefield. I place my helm upon the hilt of my longsword. It seems unpretentious and a gesture of peace. Truly, I think we have won both battle and war. Tomorrow is here. To some I am wizard, and to others sorcerer. Politely I think myself mage, practised in the old ways of spirit, time and chi, a warrior of flesh and bone, skilled in weapons ancient and new. I am mage, and I bring the old ways to a modern world. Warriors stand to my left and right. We zigzag, ribbon, and follow the natural rock fault line. Our diverse ranks are colourful, many races of men and women, old and young. Armour and shields cover distinguishing features, hair, eyes, and skin. Hair is coloured black, red through white. It is wild and short. Helmets protect eyes, narrow and round. Beneath multicoloured robes over metal and leather armoured plate, warriors' skins are light, yellow, and dark. Our costumes and battle kit are vibrant. We look and sound so different, but with the sight, I see a shared, uniform spirit. These are my friends. We share in the joy of the battle recently won. We withstood an army of darkness, and we stand together now, perhaps for the last time in this place. I feel we have aged. The faces reveal the trial of the journey. These bodies exhausted and in need of repair. We have worked them to their limits. I do not linger on the cost. It is too much to consider. Postpone anger, sorrow, and regret to another time. Our victory is fresh, and excitement is brewing. Stories will be shared tonight, the challenges, lucky escapes, and bold successes of the battle won.
I murmur, "Father, we need to celebrate." I remind myself, check with the women. They are arranging a celebration banquet. I sense that the job has been done. The women are naturally receptive and usually faster to respond. And now, what is that? There is something other that I sense. I take a moment to attune. It is obscure, a tingle from the past perhaps. A few moments to ponder, and I recognize it. It is hope. I look to the eyes of my companions, and it is hope that sparkles in their eyes. In the early days of our campaign, hope was a luxury that I banished from mind. I stated firmly and repeatedly that hope was comfort to the weak. The methods used by us to win this war demanded certainty, iron will, and commitment. We developed and expanded the old ways, the secret tools obscured in the great compendiums of action, the great Tao, the Vedas, and the Bible. We learned and practiced, somewhat bluntly, the methods of the gods. We desperately defended humanity from a most devious enemy, a distorter of minds, a siege machine to hearts, a hidden manipulator of man, a veiled enemy who whispered in the minds of weak men and made them slaves. Our journey took us on the greatest adventure, into and out of the places and ideas of creation. Our theatre of war included first, second, third, fourth, and fifth realms, and some of the dimensions in between. No one will believe the vastness of this undertaking, the scale of the theatre of war, and our desperate measure of ourselves against the dark enemy and his demons. I resigned. We are the Magi, and no one will know we existed. Well, at least no one on Earth, in the dimension of experience, should ever know. They must never know our identities. If discovered, we may become the hunted. The sleeping human must never know that in order to win, we had altered history. They must certainly never know how we altered it. Manipulating events along a timeline is supposed to be the domain of gods, left to the mythic lords of karma, to a force greater than us. We dared step into uncertainty and enter arenas obscured from the minds of mortal man. During these journeys, we battled foes, removed obstacles, and we simply overcame. We dared to be great. With audacity, we found treasure within our hearts, and we collected the hidden relics of light. They are trophies of achievement earned while travelling along the way. And after each personal victory, we brought a force into the earth dimension, a force that had been veiled for a long time. Some in our party estimated this spiritual force has not graced our earth in 2,000 years. What it took to identify, meet, and defeat the most fearsome foe hidden in human history cannot be told in complete detail, but I can chronicle some of the stories. Before our army rallied, before a division flag flew, and before a war trumpet blew, a few years previous we were ordinary people of little note, living our lives on